Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Phreology Friday, and I know that some of y'all probably thought, hey, where's Derek? But then again, it's Friday night, so if you're wondering where Derek is, man, you got bigger fish to fry because it's Friday night. You know, you could be doing anything else. You could be getting your drink on, you could be getting your swerve on, whatever it is that you could be doing. But if you're here, I'm grateful that you're here. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Edith, how you doing? It's so good to see y'all. And, this thing is a little bit far from me, and I don't have my tripod and don't have my normal setup. I'm actually visiting at a nursing home in the Newark, New Jersey area. And that's a long story, but it's a good story, but it's, something else. But it kind of ties into what I'm going to talk about tonight. And, last week, I talked about confidence and why confidence is so important, right? And the thing is that we, we don't really have the confidence that we need in order to do the things that we need. And we don't have this confidence because we don't have love. We don't understand. We haven't fully matured in. We haven't fully manifested love. Okay, so that being said, first of all, the 3 Chord Live is a group of awesome teachers. Starting off on Mondays, we have Bill Thrasher. On Tuesday, we have Table Talk with Michelle Brown and Tammy Wilson. On Wednesdays, we have Dr. Catherine Toon. On Thursdays, Kyle Butler. And today is Phreology Friday, which that means you get me. And then I'm also part of the Global Online Ministry Alliance, or the GOMA. And we start off GOMA on Sunday mornings with Lynn Bennett Jr., followed by Kyle Butler, followed by Catherine Toon, followed by yours truly with Quantum Spirituality. And if that's not enough, on Wednesdays, we have Mike Zenker with Grounds and Grace. And on Thursday, we have More Grounds, More Grace with Keith Giles. And that is the lineup. Now, so I've talked about confidence and why confidence is so important. And I'm going to tell you, you can't get to confidence without love. I don't care what anybody has ever told you. Listen, can I be blunt here? Is that really, people who are assholes, even though they may seem confident, they're not really. They're struggling. And that's part of the reason why they manifest that particular behavior. But that's, and I'm going somewhere. Y'all bear with me. That confidence is so very important. If you don't have confidence, the doors that you need to open in life are just simply not going to open. And in order to have confidence manifested, you have to have connections. Connections. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. You can have all the knowledge, you can have all the wisdom, you can have all the preparation, all of that, but if you don't have the connections, the doors that you need to open will remain shut. And why is that? Because of interdependency. If you guys pay attention to the stuff that I've been posting lately, you'll find that I talk a lot about quantum entanglement. And quantum entanglement basically says that a particle, or particle A, that has been quantumly entangled with particle B, that no matter what the distance is between particle A and particle B, that whatever influences particle A will correspondingly impact and affect particle B, right? And in spite of where they are. And watch this. This is why, when we have a loved one that passes away, they actually leave this dimension and move on to another dimension, right? And even though they're not in the same dimensional space that we're in anymore, we still feel attached. We still feel entangled. And so sometimes we feel, you feel things that are otherworldly, or you'll feel things that are not, that you can't explain in this realm, right? Because basically you're being influenced and impacted by another dimension. But let me get back to connections, because I see some connections on here. I see Marshall Stokes. Marshall Stokes is one of my oldest friends. We've been friends for almost 30 years, right? And then today I had lunch with my friend Todd Cannon, or his actual name is Walter, but growing up we called him Todd, right? And so Todd and I, we were talking about this, and I always introduced him to people as my high school friend, right? My high school schoolmate, right? But he told me today, he said, Derek, do you realize that we've known each other since we were 8? That means that Todd and I are going on 50 years of friendship. But he's a connection. And here's the thing, that he operates in a different sphere of business than I do, but he, we have this connection, we make connections, and these connections have influenced our business dealings in other areas. And going back to my man Marshall Stooks, who's on watching right now, hey Marshall, I'm up here in the hood, right? So Marshall is a connection. It's like we have been so entangled that so many of our different business dealings have really impacted one another over the past 25 years. You need connections. Anybody that tells you that you as a human being that can become an island unto yourself and that you don't need anybody, I hear people saying this all the time. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. Bullshit. You do need people. You need people. Why? Because we are created to be connected. We are created to share common space. We are created to share common thinking. And here's where it breaks down. When people get to the point where they say, I don't need anybody, I don't need you, I'm good all by myself. What happens is that this person who claims to be good all by themselves, they have something that the world needs and that they're unwilling to share it. And so the world, I'm talking about everybody, suffers because this one person decides, I'm going to keep all I have to myself. We are not created to be hoarders. We're not created to be islands. We're created to be connected. And, you'll hear people say, well, keep your circle of friends tight. Let me tell you something. I have a very tight inner circle. I have friends that I've known for 50 or more years. I have friends that have gone through similar life experiences that I have, colleagues and business partners and things like that. I have a lot of people that I share the inner space with, but I do not limit the number of connections that I have. As a matter of fact, the more connections that I can possibly have, I relish, because the more connections that I have, and write this down, remember it, commit it to memory, tattoo it on your forearm or whatever, that the more connections you have, the more opportunities to succeed you get. See, the thing is that you might be struggling, you might be ailing, you might be wondering, well, hey, why am I not succeeding like person XYZ? Well, you're not succeeding because you've chosen to be an island. You've chosen to wall off humanity. You've chosen to disconnect yourself from society. How can you possibly succeed when success absolutely depends on numbers? People say, well, it doesn't matter how many friends you have. It's the quality of friends that you have. Well, I call bullshit on that too. Yeah, it's good to have high quality friends, but I'm going to tell you something. The numbers, if you play the numbers and say, I'm going to connect with as many people as I can on as many levels as I can, then what happens is I increase the probability or the likelihood that one of these people has something that I need to succeed. See, we're created for connection. We're created to be together. Listen, every human being is created in the image and the likeness of God. Every human being is created from God. God is love, and if you pinch off a piece of love, what do you get? More love. Love is expansive. Love doesn't contract. It doesn't shrink. Love grows. And the thing is that we are all made of the same substance as God. That means that whatever it is that He has, we have. And anybody that could tell you that you get too much God, they're crazy. And the only way, listen, you cannot OD on connections. You hear me? You can't overdose on connections. Connections are the key to greater success. If you have a product or service that you are trying to convince the world to partake of, if you have the numbers, there is a greater likelihood of you succeeding, of that product or service succeeding in its respective marketplace. Do you understand? Or if you're looking to secure your dream job, if you have connections in the spaces where you want to operate in your career path, the more connections you have, the greater likelihood of your success. See, I'm going to tell you something. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is where religion has fucked up humanity completely. Because this whole idea of be ye separate, be in the world but not of the world. Listen, all of that is absolute religious nonsense. The thing is that if you're out here in the world and there are people out here and they don't necessarily go to church, they don't necessarily read your Bible, they don't necessarily pray like you, they don't necessarily speak like you or look like you, they don't have the same cultural perspective as you, but guess what? If you broaden your circle, not only are you increasing your likelihood of succeeding, but you are increasing the likelihood of you becoming a more complete and fully formed human. That's right. See, let's use Jesus as the paradigm. Jesus never said, turn this person away or turn that person away, or I can't talk to you, or I can't talk to you. Jesus talked to everybody he could. And why? It's not because he was God. No, it was because he understood what it took to become a fully formed human. And the whole thing is becoming a fully formed human is key to understanding our divinity. And this divinity is what is critical to our ultimate success. See, if you're not operating in love, then you can't operate in divinity. It's impossible. Why? Because divinity is born of love. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is so very important. I'm telling you, connections. You know, I'm going to tell you, if there are people, I've seen people that they go out and they won't even smile at somebody. Can you believe that? A smile has absolutely zero cost and an infinite ROI. That's return on investment. A smile, just a simple smile. Forget about, now let's take it a step further and go from a smile to a word. That when you say something positive, when you say something pleasant, when you say something encouraging, when you say something edifying to people, people begin to look at you differently. And they want to embrace this power, this energy that is in you. They see your confidence and they want to connect. Do you see how that works? Because listen, nobody wants to connect with someone with no confidence. See, people brand people winners and losers, and they say, well, I don't hang out with losers. Listen, I don't believe in hanging out with losers either, because I don't believe that anybody is a loser. How you like that? I don't believe anybody's a loser. I believe that everybody is built to win, that everybody is equipped to overcome. The thing is that there is value that is in each and every human being that has to be unlocked. And this unlocking of this value in humanity begins with love. And once you have that love, then that raises your confidence level. And you begin to think that, hey, that maybe there is nothing that I can't do. Maybe that all things are possible because I believe. And once you raise that confidence level, then you begin to establish connections. Why? Because people will gravitate toward you. You know that that bodies, heavenly bodies, planets, suns, and galaxies and all this, they have gravity, and this gravity causes matter to be attracted to them. You have to develop your own I won't say develop, but you have to discover your own center of gravity. And once you discover your own center of gravity and begin to operate in that gravity, then you begin to attract the heavenly bodies into your orbit that are needed for your success. Do you know one of the things that people have, or astronomers have discovered, is that the reason why the Earth doesn't just get bombarded with space debris is because we have these gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, that they are... I said Uranus. Couldn't resist. But anyway, these gas giants, they absorb because they are much larger and more gravitationally dense than Earth. And so a lot of comets and asteroids and space debris that would normally bombard Earth gets sucked into these things, and the Earth is protected and life continues on. You see that? When you develop a gravitational pull that puts things into your, oh my God, that there are people that will circle the wagons around you and protect you from things that go wrong. See, a lot of times things go wrong, they go sideways in your life because you don't have the right people in your orbit to protect you from all the things that will bombard you from the universe. But there is strength in numbers. If you work to, and it's not even work, y'all. Let me tell you something. You can build connections without even trying. Let me tell you how. That when you understand your identity, your divinity, your humanity, and you understand that you are made of the same love that created everything else, and that in order for you to get the things that you need, that the law of attraction says that what you are, what you project, is what you can expect. So now, if I'm projecting love, I can expect love. If I'm projecting confidence, I can receive confidence. You know, I was saying last week that, I just came back from a trip to London, and I was on my way to India next week, but it got sidetracked because of the coronavirus. But the reason why I'm going is not because I'm just so suchy much. It's because I understand that I am loved. And not only I am loved, but I am loved. And because I am loved, that I can expect to receive all that love is in my life. I can expect everything that is made of love to come to me, to enter into my life. I can expect by the law of attraction that whatever money I need, I can get. Whatever people I need will be connected with me. That whatever circumstances, situations, everything that I need is with me. Because everything that I need is in me. But in order for me to unlock this value that is inherent in me, I have to connect. And here's the thing. All of humanity is quantumly entangled. All of us. The problem is that, I was saying this to my family members earlier, as we were eating crabs and drinking beer, that we're quantumly entangled. But the reason why it's working in our lives is because we are aware of it. Do you understand? When you are aware of your place in humanity and that you're connected to humanity and that because you are made of love, you can expect love. And when you project love, you're going to manifest love. And then when this love shows up in your life, it's going to express itself in confidence that you have. This confidence will go out and it will cause others to have confidence in you. And then people will start sending you to London. and watch this. People will start writing you checks. People will start promoting your books or promoting your podcast, all of these things. People will just simply do things for you because of the love that you project. And that is irresistible. It is irresistible. This is what it means when people say that love never fails. Love can't fail. If love can fail, then humanity is doomed. Do you get that? Listen, I've got to go because I'm here on a mission. I'm visiting family and all of that. And, and I'm going to tell you something. some of you know my story and some of you don't, and I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty details of it. But I was married before, and my wife died, and this family that I'm visiting, this is her family. This is not my family, but I'm going to tell you something. These folks here have been better to me than my own family. And I'm not saying that to put anybody down or anything like that, but in the worst times in my life, they've been here for me. In the best times in my life, they've been here for me. We have all come to the conclusion and have awakened to the fact that we are quantumly entangled, that we are all connected, and we need this connection. And because we know we have this connection and we need this connection, we value and we honor it. And so we manifest it by keeping it going. You know, the cipher keeps turning, as Erykah Badu said. And so as a result, you know, I'm up here with them, chilling, eating crabs and drinking beer. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, even though this trip to India didn't happen this time, it's going to happen. And there are other trips. I have a full dance card of international trips coming up. And it's not, you know, people say, well, God is good. No, it's because the God in me has awakened. This sleeping giant inside me has awakened and has driven my confidence way up. And as a result, people have confidence in me. And as a result, doors are opening. And as a result, more connections are being made. I was in a training this week with a room full of executives, directors and above. And everybody in this room, for whatever reason, you know, they happen to think, you know, let me go by here and introduce myself to this guy. Now, I believe in expanding my circle, and, you know, I try to look for the timing, the right opportunity to go in and speak to people and introduce myself because I want to expand my connections. But there were people who were just simply reaching out to me. This is not because I'm the bomb, not because I'm so suchy much, not because I wore the right cologne or wear the right clothes. It's because I understand the love in me. And this love in me raises my confidence to a high level. And that confidence, in turn, says to people, I want to be connected to that dude. And here's the thing, guys. I'm not saying this just to hear myself talk. I'm saying this because it is my heart's desire to see every human being that I encounter, every connection that I have, to experience life at least as good as I do, if not better. And I'm not jealous. Listen, if you got it going on better than me, good on you, mate. I'm happy for you. I'm not down on anybody because they're doing better than me. It just means that I need to expand my radius. I need to expand my connections. And so do you. So that's what I have. I hope that that you guys, that you were encouraged by this. And if you were, please do me a huge favor and share this video. Not because Derek needs to get exposure. I'm going to get mine. I'm not worried about me. What I'm worried about is others. I'm more concerned with the ability of others to expand their confidence and increase their connections for the betterment of their lives and yours. So maybe I'll see you on Sunday. Not really sure yet. Depends on how everything goes. But I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. And listen, if you think that your circle is too small, expand it by speaking to one person, sharing a smile with one person, having dinner with one person that you normally would not. And if you do that, you will see doors open that no man can shut. Okay? Love you all. And this thing is actually too far away for me to do the shout outs like I normally do. So I'm not going to do that. But I will respond to every single comment that's been posted. Why? Because you are important to me. Okay? So until next time, holla, holla, piece of hair grease, namaste. Talk to you later.